Alright, so I had the surgery on Thursday, and this is Saturday morning, and I've had a rough night. Yep, it's been a rough night. According to this, the surgery has been, my upper arm is sore, and it's caused the discs in my neck to bulge, and my neck is so tight. And of course, there's an incision here, and that hurts, and then the one here, the carpal tunnel one here, it hurts. But this is a whole different experience than what I had in January. I can handle this because they got the pain management worked out this time. So they actually gave me some pain medicine after the surgery. So the two doctors got together and they worked it out, and so this is a lot easier than it was, even though this was double surgery. And it's my right hand instead of my left, and I'm right hand dominant. Um, so there's that. The where I went was called the Surgery Center of Huntsville, and they had it down to a science. They had two people on each side of me getting me ready, and they just really had it down, except for the anesthesiologist. He came in, and he was more about telling jokes than he was listening to me. And I said, yeah, don't give me Versed, because the last time I had Versed is supposed to calm you down before surgery. And I had it before for my other 20, surgeries, but I had it one time, and it caused me to have the absolute opposite reaction. I was up in the bed, down the bed. So I said, just don't give me any Versed. And he said, oh yeah, I'm the same way about opioids. It does blah blah blah. So then these two guys come in, and one says, well, I'm the nurse, and the other one says, well, I'm going to do your anesthesia. I said, okay. So one of the guys comes over, and he puts something in my IV, and I said, what did you put in my IV? He said, I put Versed in there. I said, are you kidding me? Not only did I tell the anesthesiologist, but he commented back. The doctor, this was, I don't know, he was, blah, 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 I don't know. And so he didn't listen. So they put an oxygen mask over my face, and I didn't have the same reaction, thank goodness, but it certainly didn't calm me down either, and I didn't have my glasses on, but the look on the guy's face when when I told him, you're not supposed to do that. I just told the guy that. And that could have been disastrous. But it was a whole different thing after the surgery. The last time I was in pain, I woke up in the operating room at the end, and they were wrapping my arm and my hand, and it hurt, and it hurt in the recovery room. And the girl said, well, did you bring any of your pain medicine from home? And I'm like, no, why would I do that? And they just rushed me out. And this time was a whole different thing. They gave me a shot of morphine after the surgery, and 2 shots of Dilaudid after the surgery. Plus, the doctor put the numbing medicine that actually worked this time. And, after the surgery, I was, directing music and all that. Yeah, I'm on pain medicine. I don't like the way I sound, but it is what it is. And this hair color, I dyed it the day before, and it is just straight up black. It's the wrong color, and it's driving me crazy. I ordered some red to kind of tone it down and get it back the way it was. So there's that. Somebody asked me the question about why did they give me Zofran? Well, both specialists said that the reason they felt like I was hospitalized in January, middle of January, the first surgery was January the 4th on the carpal tunnel on this side, and I was hospitalized with severe nausea about 10 days after the surgery, 2 weeks after the surgery, and it just wasn't, nausea just wasn't controlled, and so they felt like it was because of the severe pain I was in after the surgery and nauseated, so they were going to make sure that I didn't have that. And I haven't had to take very much of the Zofran at all. You know, and they do have me on the extra pain medicine, so I wanted to answer that question. I'm glad that I had it done, and I don't think it's going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be. Well, I almost had another disaster last night. You know, I've been having the ice pack on it. I woke up in the middle of the night, and the bed was all wet. Everything was all wet, and the towels, everything that wrapped the ice pack, well, it had melted. And thank goodness it was wet on this side and not this side, because then I would have been back up in the hospital having to have all this rewrapped, because that's the one thing they tell you is do not get it wet. So I've averted 2 disasters, or 2 potential disasters, one with the Versed and then one with getting this all wet. But I'm going to try not to use an ice pack today. But I've been up several hours, and this is only 48 hours after the surgery, so I will keep you updated on that. I got a new iPad, and I've used PCs, you know, since 81, I think, or 82, and that's all I've used. And back then the Macs weren't any good, so I swore I'd never get an Apple product. Well, after watching some other people on YouTube, I decided that's what I wanted. So I got an iPad. And let me tell you, Siri has some real attitude. The first day, I was trying to talk to her, and she said, well, I didn't tell you you could do that. I thought, well, Miss Attitude. And I kept having to ask her questions. And I thought, well, I've bothered her enough. You know, I won't ask her this other question. I thought, well, it's just a computer. Of course, she has got attitude. And last night I wanted to turn the volume up on it. So I said, hey, Siri, can you turn the volume up? And she said, you're not listening to anything. And I was listening. And then I said, well, Siri, where's the volume control button? And she said, the volume's at 31%. That's not what I asked you, Siri. Maybe she's mad because yesterday I kept saying, hey, Alexa, and she wouldn't wake up. Alexa's for the Kindle. And maybe she's mad I called her the wrong name. I don't know. But she and I are going to have it out. But there's a couple of things on the iPad that the reason I wanted it was because it has the Apple Pencil. And you can draw and shade and color, and I mean, artists have done some tremendous works with that, so I'm excited about that. And then they have a voice dictation apps that you can use, and so I'm hoping that will help. My throat's kind of going because of the tube down my throat. So I was excited about that. And then there were some other features that I didn't know it had. It's just got a whole new operating system that I'm not used to. Oh, the other thing I wanted to learn was iMovie, because I want to do better quality videos. And so I want to learn that. So I'm doing that. And I guess that's all I have to say today. I didn't sleep well at all because I didn't want to lay on the wet stuff, and I didn't want to wake up Randy, and it was a big thing. Okay, so I'll give you an update later. If you have any questions, just let me know.